Peace, fam. I'm back. Well, it's on my mind, right? Like I said, Musa had some help, right? Didn't Musa have some help? So where did he get that help from? First, we're going to go back to this point before I get to that question about the Jews I'm talking about, right? So, they asked, why did we chase them across the hot Arabian desert into the caves of Europe, right? It's because they were causing confusion amongst the righteous people, right? That time and that area we know as Arabia, right? So, chased them into the caves of West Asia, 2,200 miles to be approximate, right? And we took everything from them except for the language, right? But then Musa came, right? And let's get this since we here. If you look at West Asia, right? If we chase them 22 miles, 2,200 miles out of the Holy Land into West Asia, right? If you look at that nowadays, right? And I keep saying the Asiatic people, right? If you look at that map nowadays, that's where Thailand and Bangkok resides. Okay? Asiatic. Because we were everywhere already. But they were coming out of the woodworks everywhere as well. Right? And they got that help. Musa got that help from the made devils. Because like I said in the 114, it asks, why did we chase Yaqub and his made devils? Right? Because Yaqub was a black scientist or a black god that made devil. Right? We're going to agree to that. Right? So what was Yaqub's mission? We know Yaqub's mission was he told his uncle when he was 6 years old playing in the sandbox, right? Understanding the difference between attract and repel, that he was going to make a different set of people that was going to rule. These things are already written, right? So we already know what the mission. So the rules and regulations was to kill the black, save the brown, right? Because the thing was to graft all beings into what we see now as Europeans or white or pink people anyway, from a scientific standpoint, right? So I don't care really about the actual, I'm speaking mathematics. I'm not here to speak all that religious crazy stuff. I'm just talking about history, right? So Yaqub made the devil, right? But see, Yaqub did not live long enough to see what we see now with the people we call white people who were in that geographical location of Europe where it was cold and desolate. But that happened, with the continental drift anyway, right? We can agree on that, right? They were just black people who were in this, in the Holy Land, right? Who was cast out of the Holy Land 2,200 miles away from Mecca, right? So we know that climate, right? So during that time, this grafting was going on. So the rules and regulations was to kill the black, save the brown, create what we now see, right? Because Yakub, their father, the devil, did not live long enough to see a white person. So he left rules and regulations to his maid devils, boule, gatekeeper, fraternity, sorority, so forth and so on, right? That's what that was about, right? He Yakub was the first one to uh, set up this type of system you see going on now. That was his idea, right? And if you disobeyed his laws in that time, the penalty was death, right? We have large prison populations amongst people. Not in those times. Not Yakub's time. So that's what I'm. This is where I'm getting at, right? So it was Musa after all of this grafting and these made devils who were in the Caucasus Mountains that were still black as coal, right? Started mixing with those in those mountains. Okay? The first we've been there was been many there, but the one that's most important, right, was the Moors. The Moors, when Musa was up there, so was the Moors. But if Musa went there from Egypt, right? He went there from Egypt, but he was born in that area. He wasn't born in that area. His parents was over there in Egypt, Ethiopia, wherever they was at, having sex, mixing and mingling, making half original people. So that goes to the point of they've been mixing and mingling on this planet for 6,000 goddamn years, right? So to think that there wasn't a set of mixed race people who now call themselves the Jews, right? That's what they want to call themselves. We know that those were the ones taught by Musa, Moses, right? But Musa could not teach them uh, how to be natural. I'm getting ready to stop this because it's past 7.